Welcome back. This is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is part 2 to my $12.22 reading session. Unfortunately, submissions are now closed. I have a full list of people to read for. There's about 12 people left. Thank you to those of you guys who have been waiting to receive your reading. The next person on my list is Florence. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for more people to pop into this chat and for Florence to show up. So Florence, once you're here, please let me know. And yeah, you can go ahead and say hi when you pop into this chat. Really excited to connect with you guys. Really excited to continue doing these readings. I feel like I'm on fire right now. So yeah, pretty excited. Is my chat showing up, John? Can you check in? It says there's 0 people. Oh, there's 1 person, yay. What's up? So I'm just gonna draw this person's cards. What's up, Hillary? Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome back. Just drawing cards for my next person. The next person is Florence. Just pulling Florence's cards. I love that name, by the way. It's super cute. Pentacles. Pulling your cards right now, Florence. Okay. Got a lot of cards here. Let's get them sorted and we'll get this reading going. Florence, when you're here, just write a comment and let me know. I'm gonna wait for you for about a minute or 2, but if you don't show up here, that's okay. I'm going to continue anyways, and you'll be able to watch this reading once it's uploaded. We're getting some downloads. How's the feed going? Is everything good? And yeah? Cool. Just gonna give it a couple more minutes for people to pop into this chat because I just took a break. Hello to the 2 people who are here. Maybe you guys are waiting anxiously for your reading. I'm excited too. Trying to get through these readings in a reasonable amount of time, but I want to make sure that I give full attention and effort to each person. So I really appreciate you waiting because that means that you, when it's your turn, you will also get a thorough reading. I don't like to half-ass anything that I do. Aw, Hillary says, love all the helpful info everyone is sharing and coming from everyone's reading. I love it too. Like, I get messages from doing these readings. Like, sometimes I'll stop after a day of doing readings and I'll write down notes of like things that I've learned from the messages and from the cards too. I love tarot, I love oracle cards, I love guidance cards. It just reminds you like of possibilities, of options. It helps to with growth, personal development, to be the best person you can be. Helps you with self-acceptance. Learn so many beautiful things. Especially from this book right here. Like, this is deep. For the Wildwood Tarot, every message has like this paragraph here is like lit. It's full of so much info. Learned so much. Like, I get the Wildwood deck and like just read the book. You'll be blown away. You'll learn so much. I love this deck, you guys. This is my life. Oh my gosh, Hippie Homesteader, you just got the Wildwood Tarot and have been reading it. So cool. Yes. Oh my gosh. You know what's a funny story about this deck? I'm just waiting for more people to pop in here. We'll get started in a second. But the funny thing about this deck is that this is actually supposed to be my husband's deck. He's laughing. He's here right now. He's like laughing at me. We were at this shop in LA where we used to live, and he was really drawn to this deck, and he got it. And then he worked a lot, and I'd be home alone. I was kind of unemployed at this point, and he left me home alone with this deck. And so I just started playing with it and like pulling cards and reading stuff. And then I just developed this bond with it, and I basically kind of stole this deck from him. So it was supposed to be his, but the Wildwood deck is where it all started for me, and it's like literally what guided me to start this channel. I was like, I just want to share these messages. I want to like, I don't know. It's so cool. It's so deep too. When you bring this deck into your life, it will seriously create a lot of shift, and things will change, and like you'll be stepping up, going to a higher vibe. And to answer your question, I actually did use the tarot before he got this deck, but I was using Doreen Virtue Goddess cards. So I was using Doreen Virtue's Goddess cards, and it was like an oracle deck. It wasn't even like a real tarot deck. So this is the first deck I used that was like the tarot. So, because this is kind of like a tarot spin-off deck. I was just using it like a 44 card oracle deck, and it was just like inspiring messages for each day. And I started really working with the tarot with this deck. So yeah, I guess I didn't really use tarot until he got this deck. And it's what led me down this entire path. So funny. So, okay, I think we're gonna get started. Are you here, Florence? If not, I'm gonna get started on your reading anyways, okay? So this message is for Florence. Florence is wondering, like, is she gonna get the opportunity to date someone? She feels ready for love, and she just wants to know what this person's gonna be like and like what the deal is. I love doing this type of reading. So here's what I'm seeing, okay? For this person's personality type, I pulled the Princess of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Prince of Wands, okay? So this energy combined, just because we're getting Queen and Princess here does not mean that this person is going to be a woman, by the way. These are just archetypes, and these are just energies, okay? So we are seeing that this person has balanced masculine and feminine side. Remember earlier we were doing a reading for someone who the person that was coming in was the King of Wands and was like very masculine, very dominant, very confident, just very masculine, okay? This person's different. They have the masculine side, but they're also very artistic. So they're tapped into the feminine. And so the feminine energy is very receptive, very understanding. You know, have you ever like started crying in front of a guy before, and they're just kind of pat you on the back, and it's just like they're not really in touch with their emotions, and they're awkward, and they're like, oh, you know, feel better. This is the kind of guy that will like really understand you. Like if you're on your period, they'll like make you some tea and like cuddle with you and like be really sweet to you. Like this is the kind of person that like wants to pamper you, okay? So this type of personality will treat you like a queen, okay? So this is the person that wants to pamper you, that wants to take care of you, that will make you feel safe. So if you like that, if you like being pampered, if you like being taken care of, this person is gonna be like that. They're in touch with the feminine to where they can understand you. They're in touch with their emotions. They know how to express themselves. So you'll have really good conversation with this person. Queen of Swords, this rules the element of air. I feel like this could be someone who is an air sign. It could be Aquarius. I don't know. I'm also getting a vibe like they could have some Scorpio in their chart. They're mental in a way to where they like intellectual conversations. They like intellectual stimulation. Okay, so this person, they have that intellectual stimulation. So you'll probably go on dates with this person and have like long conversations, or they might want to call you on the phone versus text you all the time, and you'll stay up super late on the phone with them. Like you'll never run out of things to talk about. They'll ask you interesting questions. They want to pick your brain. So this is the kind of person that wants to fall in love with your mind. before they really fall in love with your physical body, okay? So I think they like to have that emotional, kind of mental connection with you. So I see that this person is very logical. They have that logic to them, and they have like an entrepreneur spirit. We see pentacles here. So it's a very interesting mix. They're creative, but they also have business side. So they could be working in a creative business. So this could be someone who's like a graphic designer, or somebody who does marketing for like a company or something like that. So it's possible they'll have a business job, or they're going to be a boss, or they work in a team of people on projects. Maybe they do like cinematography or something like that. They're good at technology, so this could be a computer person, but I don't see them as like the computer nerd. I feel like there's still a very social factor to them. By the way, shout out to computer nerds. I love you guys. But there's a very social factor to them as well. So they like going to parties. They like inviting people over. They love entertaining at the home too. So one of the first things this person might invite you to is like to their house, but like to meet their friends. So they have a group of friends that they really want to include you in. It's important for them. This isn't a relationship where it's just you and them and you guys get sucked in the relationship vortex. Like they constantly want to invite you with their friends or include your friends or your family. Like they like having a group of people around them that's very nurturing to them, okay? The other thing I see about them is that they will pursue you, okay? This isn't someone you're gonna worry, like, are they gonna call me back? Should I text them? Should I ask them if we can go on a date? Don't worry about it. They will hit on you. They will notice you. They will come after you. That's why I'm seeing keep an open mind, because this could be someone that you don't expect. Sometimes we will find a person, we'll see them or we'll connect with them, and we'll decide like we have a crush on them and like hopefully it works out, and we'll flirt with them. We'll kind of see what can happen and we have our hopes up. This person's gonna come out of nowhere and start hitting on you, and it's gonna kind of like, not in a bad way, like not in a, oh my God, creeper, but this just all of a sudden, this person's gonna be dropped in your life, and they're gonna approach you. You might even not even notice them. They're gonna notice you first. And so it might take you aback, and you might not, at first, you might not be sure if this is the person you wanna meet or whatever, because I got this message about keeping your mind open to this person. I always tell people in love readings, don't lower your standards. Like if you don't think someone's attractive, like don't force it. But I just think this person is different. Like maybe you were always attracted to blonde hair and blue eyes, and this person has dark eyes and dark hair. Or maybe you usually like to date people who are super tall, and this person is like only an inch or two taller than you. Or maybe you like someone who dresses a certain way and has a certain lifestyle, but this person's different. So be open to that. I actually feel it has to do with the way they dress. Not like they dress bad, it's just, they're kind of just simple, and you're like, I wish, you can always give them a makeover later. Just kidding. So keep an open mind. They could come from a different background. They could come from a different culture. They could look a different way than the type of people you're usually attracted to. You could meet this person, maybe they're foreign or they're from abroad, or you meet them online. So just keep an open mind, okay? I also see a message about you working a lot on your finances and career right now, okay? Because we got the Princess of Pentacles, and this is about working on your finances and career and being diligent, being skillful, building your skills, like reaching the next milestone on this path. And this says financial issues are a factor in your love life. I think this could be a message like, look, you've been single for a little while, it might be because there's some other stuff you need to focus on. So yes, this person will come in your life, but there's some things you need to attend to. Use this time wisely and, embrace where you're at right now and move forward with what's in front of you, okay? But yeah, I see this person coming in. I'm getting a timeline of around 8 months from now. That might seem like a while, but I see them coming in soon, but not like next month, okay? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It could take some time, but surely a year from now, I don't see you single, okay? I see you in a relationship, definitely in 2020. So there's gonna be strong chemistry between you and this person. Since they're very vocal and there's good communication, like they won't hesitate to tell you that they love you with within a couple months. Like, this relationship will slow dating period, but once you define the relationship, it's going to move fast. You guys could move in together, something like that. So this says stay optimistic. You're overcoming someone that did you wrong in love. That's the last person you were with. The person that did you wrong, the person that deceived you or backstabbed you, or tumultuous relationship, karmic relationship. That's what you're coming from. And like, you just needed time to like really heal and like learn to like love yourself and appreciate yourself again and just bounce back from that. This person's gonna treat you like a queen, and you're gonna laugh at like just the crap you went through in the past with whoever this was, because you're gonna like really be respected by this new person coming in your life. And yeah, they're real. They're a real person coming in around 8 months. So I hope that resonates with you, and we're gonna move on to the next person. All right, so I'm gonna read this question. Wow. Uh, oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Amy, I just read your question. I feel for you. Did you watch my video that I posted yesterday called LTD 2019, What If Your Family Doesn't Support You? Watch the last video I uploaded on my channel. I just got this download and was like, I need to post this message, and it's like so many people needed to hear this right now. Look, what you're going through with your mom, I completely understand. I went through my own stuff with my family, and so I kind of understand your situation, okay? And I've gotten out of a situation that was similar, and so let's just talk about this, okay? First of all, I think it's amazing that you have the awareness now to realize I'm putting my life on hold for my mom, and I'm kind of being taken advantage of. I'm not being really treated well, and like I have this chronic illness and stuff, and like I need to take care of myself. I need to get away from here. I need to figure this out and move on. So that's step one. It takes, some people go their whole life without ever realizing that. They just think, well, you know, my parents telling me to do this, I have to respect them and honor them, and I have to just do this. And so some people spend the rest of their life stuck in situations like that. So the fact that you have a goal, the fact that you have a dream, the fact that you have awareness of what's happening here and you're making a plan is amazing, and I commend you for that. I also want to say I'm really sorry that that's what you're going through. I'm really sorry. I know like there's probably no one in your life who says that to you, but I'm sorry, and the way that you're being treated is wrong. Now, we could talk about the reason why your mom is the way she is. She probably was neglected or abused in her life or childhood by her parents. She could be unaware. She could have her own mental illness. She could have her own thing going on. You know, she's got, you know, there's a backstory, there's a history there with why she is the way she is, and I'm sure you kind of understand that, but it also doesn't excuse her. You also probably realize at this point that you can't change her. Because, first of all, it's not your responsibility to heal your wounded mother. And also, some people don't want to be helped. Some people don't want to be healed. That's some people's path. You never know why certain people are here on this planet, what their purpose and their mission is, what karma they're clearing, what their past is. You just never know. So I always tell people, respect other people's paths and like let them make the choices they're gonna make. But you get to take responsibility for your path and decide if you want to engage with that or not. So definitely getting out of the situation, getting healthy space and healthy distance from your mom will help. And you know what? Maybe after you do that and you establish some boundaries, you guys can have like an amicable relationship. Maybe not. Maybe it gets worse. Maybe abuse continues. Maybe you just realize I have to cut her out of my life altogether. So that's always a last resort. I would say, you know, definitely move out and try to create some healthy boundaries. Once you move out, you don't have to answer her phone calls anymore. You don't have to, I mean, You don't have to answer her phone calls every time. You don't have to text back every time. You can decide when you're going to answer the phone call, when you're going to text back, when you're going to engage with her, when you're going to visit. And whenever you answer that call or that text or you visit, you know what to expect. You know how she's going to treat you. You know how she's going to be. So you can just go into that situation expecting it and just being like, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's kind of like when you're dealing with a 2-year-old. There's certain things you can't expect a 2-year-old to do. Like, they're not going to be able to speak in eloquent, perfect sentences. They might not be able to hold their bladder or use the toilet yet. Or, you know, they might have certain tantrums, or they might need to sleep a lot. Like, you're not going to expect a 2-year-old to act like an adult. So I always say, don't expect your toxic family member or your dysfunctional family member or your mentally disabled family member to act like a mature, responsible, unconditionally loving parent. You just realize that's how they are. It's sad when you realize that, but once you do, then you can reparent yourself. Then you can be like, you know what? I'm going to give myself the love and the support I never got from that family member. I'm going to treat myself right. I'm going to listen to my needs. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to take good care of me. And I'm going to give myself the childhood I never had. That's what I'm working on right now in my life. I'm also really proud of you for getting therapy. I think it sucks you have to hide it from your mom, but so be it. Getting therapy is absolutely amazing. You're in good hands getting a licensed professional counselor or therapist. I couldn't have made it through what I went through without getting one. So, yeah, basically you're just going to keep going around in circles with your mom. It's going to be how it is. She's always going to treat you like that. You know, pray for a breakthrough or for her healing, but once again, not your responsibility. This is the death card. This is you needing to leave this behind. And like the fact that you're also going through a transformation. This is a really crappy chapter in your life, but you will move past this. And because of this situation, you are going to make good choices. You're not going to allow what you've been through to define you. You're not going to allow your chronic illness to define you. You're going to get out of there. You're going to heal. You're going to rest. And then you're going to go on to do your purpose and your dreams. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And yeah, she does expect you to help her all the time, and that's how she's going to be. But once you disengage with that, like I said, you can just ignore the phone call or the text message. Now, while you're under her roof and while she's paying for your stuff, you're going to have to take her crap. That's just kind of how it is. She's basically buying her right to screw with you or to treat you however she wants. And there's nothing you can do right now to make it stop. You can try to put up a fight. You can try to put up boundaries. It'll probably cause more tension. You're going to have to realize as long as you live with her and as long as you're there, you're going to have to walk on eggshells. Your therapist will probably have some good advice for you on how to handle her. Some of it may work, some of it may not. It depends on, will she respect your boundaries? If you say no to her, will she be able to handle that? Like, are there ways that you can be able to communicate with her in a more healthy way? But sometimes, no matter what you do, and no matter like the best therapist advice you get, no matter what you try, some people just like won't have it. Those are people that you can't have boundaries with. So even if it's a family member, the best thing is to distance yourself from them. So while you're still there, you just gotta hang on and you gotta work your butt off. Now, I find it interesting that a lot of people who have been raised in situations like this end up with chronic illness or end up with depression or end up with anxiety. Okay, there's an emotional root to all physical ailments. Your physical ailment is real. Talk to your doctor. I'm not giving medical advice here. That's totally between you and your doctor. But from an emotional standpoint, imagine what it does to your body, to your spirit, to your mind, and to your soul being raised in the situation like you've been. You know, you're breaking down and having like issues with your body and your health. I feel like that's a normal reaction to abnormal events. You know, I had chronic fatigue syndrome, and I had depression and anxiety after going through kind of a similar situation. And it took me time to be able to like bounce back from that and heal. And to this day, I still have a little bit of anxiety and PTSD and depression from what I went through. So You're just going to have to work around that, but don't let your illnesses and everything you're going through be an excuse to stay around and put up with that. Okay, so keep trying for the disability. I actually went on disability for a while and it helped me kind of get stuff together. But I think for you eventually, you know, you'll be able to maybe use that to kind of get your feet on the ground, and then you can move forward and find a job that works for you. I'm not able to like work a job in person a lot because of what I went through, so I found a way to be able to work online and to be able to help people like you who've been through kind of what I went through too. So you never know, maybe this is going to be part of your path. Maybe you're going to be able to use this experience to help others or to get you inspiration for being more artistic or to make a awesome choice in your life to try something new. So yeah, you're dealing with someone who could be narcissist or codependent or borderline. I can't diagnose people, but maybe talk to your therapist and see about that. And it's frustrating, but just keep going, go with the flow. The message I'm getting here for you is you're not going to be there forever. Stay on your path. Try to find jobs you can do that are like online or something, like online secretary. Since you've got the chronic illness, you might need a job that you can do on a computer or like when you're in bed or something, or just work for the disability and then just get out of there as soon as you can. That's, you know, you just got to get real. And also, last piece of advice for you is to allow yourself to have fun. Maybe you're not able to open up this side of yourself around your mom because of the chaos and the stress she's bringing into the situation. But this is a message like, you know, still little secret moments of your day to yourself. Go to a park and sit down on the grass and have a picnic by yourself, or, you know, watch a funny movie, or you do something fun. You might be kind of isolated going through this situation, not sure if you have a lot of friends, but you can be your own best friend and do things that are fun kind of in secret and just keep your head down. You're in survival mode, get through it. And then after you get out of the situation, that's when you're able to heal and you're able to, you know, get better. Talk to your therapist once again, but it could be that you've been emotionally abused or that you've been neglected by her, or, you know, what I'm hearing is it sounds abusive to me how you're being treated, but, you know, that's only you know, and only therapists can diagnose stuff. But, you know, that could be what you've been through, and, you know, I'm sorry about that, but you're going to get better and you're going to thrive. Allow yourself times to have fun, you know, and work and get out of there. You know, sometimes when you apply for disability, you'll get denied the first or second time. Keep fighting it, keep fighting it, keep fighting it, and you can get it. All right. Anyone else out there who can relate to that? Feel free, you guys. All right, so we're moving on to the next person. What's that? So Nihong is next. Nihal.
What would be the best career?
Oh, okay. So Nihal, what would be the best career for you? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at your artistic gifts. I'm going to look at your spiritual gifts, and I'm going to pull a couple cards, and I'm just going to kind of tap into some ideas. Now, a career or talents and gifts reading is usually something that takes me about 45 minutes to do. So obviously we don't have that time here with this. So I'm just going to kind of narrow it down to kind of like an area for you and hopefully be able to give you a piece of the puzzle. Sometimes it takes a while to find your like ideal career, and that can actually change throughout your life. Like for a time, my ideal career was working with kids, and that was amazing for me. But then I kind of grew out of that, and I moved into fashion, and that was great. But then I'm moving more towards tarot, and so you never know. Like there's always stepping stones. Every career you do can lead you to the next one. There's a lot of people who don't do just one career their whole life, so let's just look at where you're at right now and what could benefit you moving forward, okay? I'm actually kind of excited because I really love using this deck. So let's look into your artistic gifts. Okay, so we see that when it comes to the artistic side of you and like your gifts artistically, you have the gift with the liberal arts and the literary arts. So this includes, but isn't limited to, logic, rhetoric, geometry, math, astronomy, writing. People who have this gift can be on a more traditional path sometimes, like a lawyer or a teacher. You could be good at leading workshops or writing books, making memes is on here, poetry, prose, maybe drama, debate, service to others, like creating your own homeless shelter and organizing that, or maybe creating your own type of nonprofit organization or working for something like that, or Peace Corps or something. Creative writing is on here. Some people who fall underneath this category can have a strong interest in spirituality or religion or philosophy. So you could be good with like communication and maybe inspiring people or motivating people or even doing tarot or something like that. This gift can actually be applied in many ways. Sometimes people that have this gift can be a little introverted. So that's why they do well, like writing or doing math or something that's more logical, or maybe doing something more of traditional path. But I also see people who have this gift are usually really good at coaching. So coaching, you could be like a writing teacher or a writing coach, or you could be someone that coaches others on astrology, or you could be someone that coaches people on how to write poetry, or you mentor people and work with the youth or something like that. Some people who have this gift, lots of options here, have an interest in holistic health. So they can be shamans, or they could be nutritionists, or they can be people that help others in their healing path, or you're coaching sports, or you're doing fitness coaching or something like that. So I see a lot of options for you here, but I want to pull some more cards and kind of narrow this down. But let me know if anything on this list so far like resonates with you. If you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I always thought about that one thing, I can pull. So if you see anything on here that's standing out, basically, let me know and we can pull more specific cards on that. If you just kind of want to see where this goes, then you can just chill. But, this one flashed at me. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing for you. Yeah, coaching, astrology, public speaking, writing. Okay, cool. It's good to get that confirmation. And you know what? It makes sense because I'm pulling your spiritual gifts now. And you have, first, one of the gifts you have is one that's kind of rare. Okay, and so I pulled that and I was like, okay, maybe she'll want to do something a little bit more new agey, or like kind of like writing based or something like that, because you have the gift of clairaudience, which is basically clear hearing. Yeah, you want to work from home. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you have the gift of clear hearing. So you receive intuitive messages through your inner hearing. So this can sound like directions, like go that way, or stop, or choose that one. It can sound like your own inner voice, but it's distinguished from your inner dialogue. So basically it's your voice of reason, it's your conscience, and it speaks to you loudly. Like I have a couple examples of this. I'll just tell you one really quick. Aw. Oh, you're a little shy about coming out of the New Age closet. Well, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that in a second, because I actually have some ideas for you. So look, this voice of reason thing is, some people are like worried, am I going crazy? Am I hearing voices? There's a difference between like hearing voices and being clairaudient, okay? Hearing voices, that is a mental condition, something you want to get checked out, and it's usually going to be negative or blaring, or like it's just going to feel off. This is just like the voice of your conscience. It's going to be uplifting, it's going to come from a light place. It's like hearing the voice of an angel or something like that, okay? So you have that gift. You also have the gift of automatic writing. So when you write, it's almost as if something takes over you, like something else takes over you. You get taken away. You're very gifted with words. You're very gifted with communication. And then the last gift you have, it sounds really sci-fi, but it's very simple. It's called astral projection. But basically, it just means that you're really good at meditating and you're really good at, like, you have dreams that might be like prophetic, or you might dream something and like something similar will happen a week later, or you might get deja vu a lot and be like, wait, did I dream that? Or you might get really like vivid dreams of something happening, like you're riding a bicycle and then like a tidal wave comes and you're able to look up the symbolism of it later or meditate on it, and you're getting like messages through your dreams, or you can use that to explore your subconscious. So, whew, you got a lot of gifts, okay? You got lots of gifts here. To narrow this down, I don't think you necessarily need to do something like really new agey. I kind of see like you being some type of like leadership coach, or like you could coach new moms, or you could be like a feminine coach, or, you know, basically you can find a niche or find something you feel like you really want to empower others to do, or you want to help people with, and you can start putting information like that out there on the internet through Instagram, through YouTube, through Facebook. You can start groups, you can make a community, you can post relevant content, and you can just speak from your heart and speak your truth, and, you know, talk about things that are important to you based around this niche. Let's say it's like feminine empowerment coach, or it's like how to thrive when you're a new mom, or whatever, you know, that's just like generic stuff, but maybe something kind of like that. And then you could charge people to do one-on-one sessions with you, or to show up at a certain place and have an event, or you can sell products, or you can sell books, or you can sell webinars, or, you know, basically once you have a following around this niche that you develop, you can pretty much sell anything you want. And there's nothing wrong with having a community like that selling stuff. You're going to give, and 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 then occasionally you'll offer, hey, if you want to support me and participate in this community, here's something valuable I have to offer you. You know, it's basically what I'm doing here with Rainbow Harmony. You and I are literally participating in an exchange like that right now. So basically, you could do something similar to what I'm doing, but like different in your own way on the internet. It's just, maybe it's not tarot, maybe it's not astrology, maybe it's something that's kind of spiritual, but not. It can be more like anyone can participate, no matter what their background or religion is or whatever. And it's you speaking your truth. So you got to think about what you're good at, what you're already an expert at. I'm an expert kind of at life, because even though I'm like about 30 now, I went through a lot of shit in my life, and I've coached people, I've taught health, I worked with kids, I've, you know, did physical training. I've just worked with a lot of people mentally and emotionally my whole life, and it's just like the path I've been on, so this comes easy to me. Ask yourself, what comes easy to you? Is it, you know, listening to people? Is it cheering people up? Is it giving advice? Is it is it like helping moms with children? What do you have a passion for? And you don't even need to be a professional on it. Like, you can start posting this content and you can learn as you go. When I first started Rainbow Harmony, I didn't really fully know the tarot yet. So behind the camera, I would be like flipping through the book. I'd pull a card and I'd kind of skim the book, and I'd like read a little bit of it, and I'd like try to like interpret the card. Like, I kind of learned as I went on this journey. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't need anyone's permission. Just get started when you feel ready. And start social media and start getting connected with people. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you. Yes, you can totally have an online job. It's probably going to have something to do with like empowering other people with around some kind of niche. Like, my niche is tarot. Maybe your niche is like new moms, or people that are want to do this type of craft, or, you know, something like that. So yeah, this is you. Meditate on the idea. If you don't 100% know what this is, you're not supposed to know yet. Let it come to you. But yeah, this is you being a star. Like, you're gonna be the leader of some type of online group or organization. You're gonna have pictures of yourself out there. You can do that whole social media thing. Don't be afraid to rise up and just let yourself be seen, and let all your unique gifts and talents be known, and to Put yourself out there and offer it to other people. You'll be surprised what kind of energy will come back to you. Yeah, this is the magician. This is you like creating something out of nothing. That's what manifestation is, creating something out of nothing. Think about how like a star is born, this explosion in this, in outer space, this star is born. So crazy, right? That's manifestation. So just keep going. Keep meditating, write down ideas you have, and don't be afraid to start from the bottom, even if you don't fully know what you're doing. So I'm excited for you. I think you're gonna inspire so many other people out there that are like stay-at-home moms and trying to, also, connect with others and start a business, but be present for the kids. Maybe you'll do that, and like that's what you'll teach people how to do. Oh my God, I'm getting chills. Woo! Maybe that's what you'll do, So yeah, take that path and then you can turn around and teach other people how to do it, All right, we're gonna move on to the next person. Who's next? Ooh, stretching.
Ileana.
Okay, so Eviana is next. Oh, Ileana is next, sorry. I think I'm drinking water. Okay. How are you, Ileana? It's great to hear from you again. Thank you for being patient and waiting for your turn. I know it's been a while. I just want to make sure everyone gets a quality reading. So we'll do the same for you. So the question is, what is next for you right now? So what's coming for you right now? So what's coming in your life? What's coming for you, what's coming in. This is one of my favorite readings to do. I do this for myself all the time. I'm like, what's gonna happen? What's coming in? Okay, I see definitely a new path for you. I see you leaving like something or someone behind. Ooh, okay, so yeah, I saw the Father of Swords the Father of Wands reversed, and I was like, what's going on here? Because the Father of Wands is somebody who appears very charming and you can get very infatuated with, but at the end of the day, they're kind of a snake. And there might be more underneath that facade. So if that person resonates with you, if you think of someone who like you thought they promised you the world and then they delivered crap to you, or they're very deceptive, charming, manipulative kind of energy, or you thought they were one way and they really were another, that's who I'm talking about right now. And I also got the Release Your Ex card. So I don't know if this is someone that you're seeing or someone that you were dating, or if this is literally your last ex, or someone that just kind of made you, after the relationship, you kind of felt like unworthy or undesirable or totally fucked over, and it's like been a chip on your shoulder for a while and you're trying to heal. That's who we're talking about, okay? So no worries to you. I've dated people who literally took me years to like get over what they did to me. Some people can really spin a number on you. And so it's not your fault. This is just someone that just wasn't what they appeared to be. I don't know if this is someone currently around you or who was around you, but I see you releasing that person. This is the Hierophant. This is talking about you meeting new people. So a new group of friends coming in your life. In this deck, this key is like, it's like literally saying the key is for you to go to social events or for you to do like social gatherings or something like that. Like that's how you're gonna move forward. I actually just kind of want to read this to you because I feel like this is a huge deal. We're reading the book. We don't normally do that. Okay, so this is saying what's coming for you is you've come as far as you can on your own right now, and it's time to deepen your practice. your connection with yourself, your connection with spirit, or just like connecting deeper with your truth. So this says, don't hesitate. Join a class, go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences, meet new people. Like, that's a message for you. And we see this butterfly reverse. I kind of see it as a sign like you're going to be that butterfly soon. You're going to spread your wings and fly. I kind of get this energy. Maybe you've been tired or burned out, or like this, whatever this is, has been draining you. And like, just take your time, you know? But soon you're going to get your power and your energy back. And you're going to feel like, I want to get out. I want to meet new people. I'm open to that. There's times in my life where I'm just like, shut the door, like lock the door, put up the curtains. Like, I'm metaphorically, I don't want to F with anyone. I don't want to be F with. I just want to like do my thing, be on my own. That can go on for a while sometimes. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to get out. I want to connect with people. I'm ready for new energy. So if you've been feeling kind of hermity or like wanting to be in solitude, that's fine. But what's coming for you next is a change where you're going to be meeting new people and you're going to feel this rush of energy that's going to pull you synchronistically to connect with some type of group or class or something like that. And then we see the victory card here. Like, you're going to feel like you've triumphed over this situation. This crap is going to be in the past. This person or this influence is going to be out of your life. And you're actually going to have a lot of blessings coming in. You might feel like right now, like this is a setback, or you might be feeling this influence around you, but it's in a weird way, overcoming this is actually going to push you forward because you're going to make good choices through this and you're going to meet some people who will give you some opportunities. So I see a new path for you. This is the Fool. It's like starting over, but in the best way. It's like you're reconnected with your youthful optimism. You're reconnected with opportunities. You might have an opportunity to travel somewhere or to move somewhere or to change surroundings or change your location if that's what you've been wanting to do, and bringing new energy in your life. This might even be, I don't know why, but I'm really drawn to this dog. You could be adopting a new pet or a new animal, or one that needs help, could stumble on your path. So I don't know if that's something you've been wanting to do. Maybe you are one of those people that already has too many pets. If I could, I would adopt every single animal that I've seen while I've been traveling. But something like that could be something that's coming in as well. Or it could be you taking your pet and traveling somewhere or like moving somewhere. But that's kind of what I feel for you. Basically, out with the old and with the new people, soul family connections, feeling more energized and like you want to be more around people more and socializing, and like karma, like getting to the people that did you wrong. Seeing that like, no, that person or that situation, whoever that is not going to be rewarded for the way they treated you. Like, they're not going to get away with it, whatever that was. So you're going to feel better and you're going to move forward and you're going to cut ties and everything's going to be great. So yeah, I see you moving in a really positive direction. I hope that resonated and like made sense. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments if you want to. And we're going to move on to the next person. Yes. All right, so we're going back to S. S ordered 3 readings. Well, thanks, Ileana. It's great to hear from you. So S ordered 3 readings, and now we're going to do the second and the third reading together now for S. Thank you, S, for being patient and for allowing other people to go ahead of you. All right. Okay, so you got rejected to your first part-time job application and you're like, should I apply like again? Or should I just try a different field of work? And that happens, you know. I remember the last time that I haven't really done a lot of job hunting in my life, to be honest. But the last time my husband went job hunting, man, it was a crazy process watching him go through that. You know, you get a lot of no's and then you get a yes at some point. I've worked with a lot of clients who've been job hunting and they've sent out like 50 applications and like they all said no, but then like they keep going and a couple months later, finally someone says yes. I think the one thing you need to notice and need to realize is that there is a job for you that is meant for you and that has your name on it. And if for some reason you apply somewhere, you really want the job and you don't get it or you get denied, yes, allow yourself to be sad and bummed out. But realize whoever got that job, that person needed it. It was meant for that other person, and that person was blessed by it. So there's a part of you that when you don't get the job can be sad and can be like, upset and like feel a little lost for a second, but then also like send love and light to whoever that person was that got the job. Send happiness and tap into that feeling of like what it would feel like to be them and to be grateful that someone who really needed that job and was suited for it got it. And like that was what was meant to be for them. And realize that will be you at some point. We are all one here on this earth. We're all part of one family, And so I always say, when you win, I win. When I win, you win. So when someone else gets that job, you win too. Okay? That's very meta. It's very, very spiritual to think of it that way. Doesn't mean you can't be sad. Doesn't mean you can't be upset and bummed and be like, oh, that sucks. And be a little jealous for a second of that person. But even if you don't even know who it was, but just realize like there's people out there like you who are in a situation where they really need a job and like they get it, and that's awesome. Like the fact that they can do it means you can do it too. So one day that's going to be you. Be patient with the process. Have you ever heard that saying, sometimes you got to kiss a lot of frogs in order to find your prince? Same thing with jobs, Okay, so what I do see for you is expect this process to take a while. Okay, we see the challenge card, we see the struggle card. We see you really having to pull up your confidence and your inner strength to go out there, to put your resume in person, to submit all the online applications, to get that, interview outfit, to meet people, to answer interview questions, to allow people to judge you just based off of a couple minutes of interaction, that whole thing. So you're going to be doing this for a while, okay? You're going to apply to a lot of jobs. And so for right now, think of applying to jobs as your full-time job or part-time job. Put 20 hours a week into that or 10 hours a week into it. Like, if it's your first part-time job, I'm not sure what your work experience is here, but maybe you just don't know what to expect. Expect that you're going to get rejected a lot. Expect that be hopeful every job you go into. Don't go into it with the mindset of, they'll probably just reject me anyways. Like, go into it feeling confident. You wouldn't apply for the job unless you thought there's a part of you that could get it. But just expect that there's going to be a lot of places that say no. And when people say no to you, don't take it personally. The reason they said no to you is because there was another person that was meant to have that job and it wasn't you. So once you realize that, when you go look for jobs and you're like, I'm just looking for what's meant for me. I'm just working and doing my part so I can land into a situation of synchronicity to be in the job I'm supposed to be in. And that's part of the work, is showing up. Part of the work is applying everywhere, shaking hands, doing the interviews. Part of that work is getting denied multiple times. Okay? And that's just part of it. And there are going to be people that are meant to get it. And sometimes it won't be you. So once you start realizing that and you're like, it's a process, it's going to take time, you're going to feel better and you'll feel more balanced and you won't take it so personally. And it's hard. I actually did apply somewhere and like never heard back from people a couple times, and I got my hopes up and was kind of sad. I was like, dang, I didn't even get a rejection. They just like literally didn't even talk to me or nothing. That's awkward. But you move past it, okay? So also consider sometimes you might be kept from something that's toxic. Like, what if you apply to a job and like everything's great, but like they reject you? in truth, what if you got that job and like the boss was horrible or you had awful coworkers? Like sometimes the universe is saving you. So like just trust. That's what I'm trying to say here is trust. So let's answer your question now. After all that's said. Apply, kind of try again in the same field, or try a different field. You know what? I'm getting a message for you to keep trying in the same field. Just keep going for it. This says empower yourself to keep going and not give up. Try more creative approaches, brush your resume up, move things around. Research, watch tons of YouTube videos on like how to make the best resume, how to like get hired every time, like watch all those videos. Like I love YouTube and the internet. Like you can train yourself to get really good at almost anything, even applying for jobs and getting jobs. There's like a code, you can hack it, And this says be prepared to be bummed and to have your hopes down and to feel like you're wasting some of your time along this path, just like we talked about. Yes, keep applying in the same field. I see an opportunity for you. It's gonna take time. You're gonna have a little bit of a delay. Look, struggle, feeling a little bit unfulfilled for a while. But I think moving on to the other path right now, I think for some reason doesn't look good. It's like this path that you're meant to keep going on. So I hope that resonates with you. There'll be an opportunity. It could take a couple months. Just keep going, okay? You got this. And once you land that first job, you'll realize the process, and the next time you want to go out and do this, you'll be a pro at it. So this is a great life skill to master, and you're going to do a great job at it. Just keep going. So, aww. Huh. Okay, so this is such a good question. You're asking really good questions. I think this is a kind of question I think a lot of people have, and this is the same question I had when I started my YouTube channel. So, you want to do you want to make a YouTube video of like how you set your bedroom and like how you want to do it kind of bilingual. And you want to start offering content that's like bilingual content and like kind of start trying the internet thing a little bit and like you're feeling inspired, but then there's some worries because you're like, okay, the people that are from this community where I live are kind of toxic and I really don't want to connect with those people. Also, I'm worried that the people that I know from the gym or from school or from wherever are going to recognize me and I'm going to be awkward and it's going to be weird. And I kind of want to be anonymous about this, but I also kind of want to put myself out there. I can totally relate. Oh my gosh. When I first started YouTube, I was doing fashion styling. So I was like really trying to build my reputation and be all professional, like fashion person or whatever. But then there was this other side of me where I really wanted to do tarot and I wanted to uplift people and I wanted to talk about real stuff. And so I was just worried that people were going to think I was crazy or something if I started doing tarot. Like they were going to think that I was like this crazy psychic person who's like scamming people or like, people can have a lot of misconceptions about this type of work if they don't really know what it is and they don't understand it. So I was worried. I was really worried. What if a business or a company I'm working with finds out that I do this and like they judge me and they decide not to hire me? What if some of my friends that are really religious find out that I'm doing this and they think that I'm like talking to the devil or something? So in a way, I can kind of understand what you're saying. Here's my best advice to you is if you're going to start this channel or put this video up, maybe don't tell people your real name. This is what I did when I first started Rainbow Harmony. I didn't really put my face in the video at first, and I just like said, hi guys, this is blah, blah, blah. And I ended up being the name of my channel. This is Rainbow Harmony, blah, blah, blah. And It's funny because people call me Rainbow and they think my name is Rainbow Harmony, but it's just the name of my channel. I was just trying to say like, welcome to my channel. So you can give yourself an internet name, or you can call yourself whatever you want, or like give yourself kind of like a person, not like a personality, just be yourself, but like a name of your channel, and you can go by that. And if when you're filming your room and your decorations, if you don't want to put yourself on the camera, you don't have to. And that way people won't know it's you. And then when you market the video, don't link it to your other social media account. Like on your personal Instagram, like make a separate Instagram account to link people to your YouTube and to post about your design and your decorating and your fashion and your lifestyle stuff you want to do. Like separate it from your personal content. I don't think I ever really talk about my tarot stuff on my fashion site. You know, it's like two different things, you know. And when you go to my website, promiseharmony.com, you just see my fashion portfolio. You have to click through the menu to find Rainbow Harmony stuff. So anyways, just separate it, and that's okay, you know. It's okay to have that separation and to be like, there's this area of my life where I'm a student, where I work out at the gym, where like I'm a chill person. Then there's this side of my life where I'm really creative and I'm making designs and I'm doing interior design and I'm like got this internet thing going on. There can be that separation, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. There's a lot of opportunity for you, honestly, online, and to do lifestyle blogging and stuff like that. Seriously. I mean, I've seen you. We've had a chat. You're really pretty. You're gorgeous. You have a really calm, relaxing voice. I feel like if you just did that channel, it could totally be like fire. It could be awesome. And this is a career opportunity for you. I feel like this idea you're having to like do this video might be the beginning of something big for you, okay? It's also very healing. You know, maybe the people that come across your video are having a bad day and they hear your relaxing voice and they see the healing space you've created and all your decorations, and they watch the video, and because it's so peaceful, they fall asleep and it's like the first good sleep they've had all week. Or maybe they watch the video and afterwards they feel creative and they decide to like design their bedroom or to take one of the ideas you have. Like, don't discount the kind of influence that you have. Even if just one person sees your video and gets inspired, it's worth it, and you don't have to tell anyone about it. You know, for me at this point on my YouTube stuff, the videos I've made, I think the cat's kind of out of the bag. Like, some of my friends and people I know found my Rainbow Harmony page and like, I don't know, I think they like it. Some of them do, some of them don't, but I don't care. I do it for me. And if someone's gonna misunderstand me and what I'm doing or judge what I'm doing creatively, that's their problem. Whatever people think about you, that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Like, that's their own filter. So, you know, I think starting at the bottom is hard. I feel like you wouldn't mind showing your friends and your family or whoever like your video if you had like 500,000 subscribers and it was like pro and like you had all these comments and followers. Like, yeah, you'd probably be like, cool, like watch my stuff. But when you're posting your first video and you're like feel awkward and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Yeah, you might not want everyone to see it. And that's okay. That's literally how I felt when I posted my first YouTube video. I was just like, hopefully no one finds this. But you know what's funny? Most people are more worried about themselves and how they're coming across in their own life than they would be to like even think about you or judge you. So just like how you're worried how people will perceive you if you like do this thing, whoever that person is at the gym, they're gonna be more worried about like what they're doing that could be awkward or that could be weird or whatever. So anyways, these are things I've learned along the way doing this path. But overall, this is saying, look, you could have some opportunities here. Like, you keep doing this enough, companies will start sending you like lamps and different things and products to review and like stuff so you can decorate. Maybe you were gonna do interior design, you know, along with the other stuff you're studying. So anyways, this could definitely be a path for you, and I think you should do it and express yourself and just have fun. Challenge yourself to just do it and put it up, and no one you know will probably find it. Just don't connect it to your other social media if you're worried about that, and it'll be good. you know? I don't think anyone's gonna come up and be like, I found your thing on the internet. That's creepy. Whoever that person is, like, you don't want to talk to them anyway. If they like find you, even though like you didn't even put it on blast, and like somehow they creepily like stalked you like so hardcore to where they found this random video you made and then like say something about it to your face, you know? Anyways, I'm just teasing you, but I think what you're saying and your question was totally valid and stuff I worry and think about all the time. And I wonder if anyone else who's here kind of worries that about like if I start this Instagram or if I start this business or if I like I just don't want people I know to like see it and to like see me start at the bottom and see me not knowing what I'm doing and like what if I look weird or so anyways, I think a lot of people can relate. It's a good question and I hope that that helped. So if you're here, comment and let me know what you think about that answer. And we're gonna go ahead and move on.
Elizabeth.
All right, so Elizabeth is next. Okay, so what's up, Elizabeth? Oh my gosh, I feel like you've been following me and like for a long time because I've seen your name and I know I've done readings for you. How can you just like comment below how long you've been following me? Because I'm just curious. So you've been trying to connect with spirit more and figure out what your life purpose is. You're at the age of 20 where figuring out what your life's purpose is really plaguing you. Any clarification is appreciated. Now, I'll be honest with you and tell you that my life purpose, talents, and gifts reading usually takes like 45 minutes to an hour, and that's why it's like the most expensive reading on my website. It's like a whole thing. So we just got a couple minutes here. I want to give you some tips and some pointers, kind of lift you up here, and just pull a couple cards to get you in the right direction. Oh my gosh, you've been following me for 3 years. So since your senior year of high school and you're 21 now, oh my God, that's so amazing. I'm so glad to like be part of this journey with you. Thank you for your support. So yeah, once you start getting into your 20s, and especially as you head to your mid-20s, I think a lot of people start freaking out. I call it the quarter life crisis because you start realizing like, oh shit, like I've really got to figure out what I'm doing with my life. Because you start having friends that are like getting married or like buying their first property or like everyone around 21 or 22 starts graduating and it seems like everyone's got all their crap together. And so if you've just been kind of hanging out and partying, having fun, which is like what I did at that age, I really didn't care about like what I was going to do with my life. I just wanted to have fun and like be around friends and party and stuff, which I think is normal. There comes this point where you're like, oh crap, like I'm growing up. I'm not like super young anymore. I need to like figure this out. So first of all, what I want you to know is, look, you're still young. You still have a lot of time. You know, 30 might seem really old to you, and you might think by the time I'm 30, I want to be able to have this, this, and this. It's great to have goals, but I'll tell you, I'm almost 30 now, and like you'll still be young at this age. You'll still like be trying to figure stuff out. So I think your 20s are really a decade where you get to have fun. You get to take risks. You get to like, the world is your oyster. You can do anything you want. So my advice for you about this next like decade of your life is take risks. You don't have a mortgage. You don't have 5 children. You don't have like, you know, you're not tied down in a lot of ways. So this is your time to like get stuff out of your system, have fun, and take crazy risks, okay? If you've had certain dreams since childhood, start on it now and don't wait. That was my mistake, which I don't know. I don't really regret anything, but I was too afraid to go after my dreams. And so I waited till I was like 25 or 26 to work towards my dreams because I was too afraid. So I settled and I like did random stuff and I survived. I had fun. You know, I started dating someone I ended up marrying. Stuff was awesome, but I didn't move towards my big dream because I was just afraid. So if you have a big dream, now is the time to like write that down on a piece of paper and make a vision board and like admit to yourself, like, this is my dream and this is what I want. And just start like affirming that to yourself. so you can start like just kind of sinking into that. So I have a feeling like you kind of have big dreams and you're kind of a free spirit. You want to have a life that's really fun. I think your idea of like growing up and like adulting is maybe like, I need to like get serious about life, but you can actually like have a lot of fun and still adult, okay? This is also realizing respect yourself now, okay? All I had to do to become a fashion stylist was just realize I'm a fashion stylist and get out there and get clothes and find photographers and start working with people. Yes, I needed to build a really good portfolio. I needed to work hard and I needed to learn skills and create my website and have certain number of pictures and photo shoots under my belt. But I spent a long time just like waiting for permission to even be able to take that path. So don't wait for permission. If there's something you want to do, get out there and do it. You have a lot of opportunities when you're young, especially in certain industries. Sometimes if you can get your foot in the door somewhere when you're in your early 20s, like, dang, like you can blast off. You can't really intern when you're 35 or 40, but you can intern now and it's not weird and it's totally socially acceptable. There's certain opportunities that can sometimes, not always, have an expiration date. So I think it's going to be good for you to kind of realize, like, you know, there's opportunities you can take now because of your youth, and you can get things you can get away with because of your youth you won't be able to get away with later. So this is you stirring the pot. This is time for you to try different things and have fun. Follow your whims. In my 20s, I was a music writer, I was a fashion writer, I was a fashion editor, I worked with children. What else did I do? Yeah, fashion styling. So there were so many different things I did. And I thought, okay, like music writing and going to festivals and interviewing bands, that's totally my life purpose. And then I got a little older and I was like, I'm over it. Like, I don't think I can do this when I'm 50. So time to move on to the next thing. So maybe you won't find your life purpose right now, or like the career you're going to do your whole life, or like, you know, there's not going to be a point where you're going to settle with something and get comfortable. Some people do that. Some people are just like, I'm going to be a school teacher, going to stay at this same school, going to work my way up, going to get my tenure. That's my life. Shout out to those people. But I don't think you're on that path. So my idea that I'm giving to you is, follow your whim. You know, if you're into building motorcycles like 1 year and then the next year you're like, F that, I want to like travel. And then afterwards you're like, F that, I'm going to go to college. And then you're like, I'm going to drop out. And then you're like, I want to do cosmetology. And you do that for a couple years. Like, you can do that in your 20s. You can try as many different things as you want. You can go for it. Be careful of how much debt you take on. If you're going to go to school for something, ask yourself, is this a skill that I can learn online, or that I can teach myself, or that I can just take classes for, or that I can, like, once again, I could learn online, that I could practice and make a portfolio for? Or is this a skill that I really need to go to college for, you know, or I really need training for? You know, if you want to be a doctor, obviously, please get medical training. Don't operate on me without a license. But there's some things like, you know, being a painter where you could go to art school or you could just take your own path. So, you know, think about that as well. I'm full with a lot of advice on this for you. This is saying a good idea for right now is just to work and get jobs that either connect you with people that are friendly. Like, in the town that I lived in, I had some friends who worked, like, that I grew up in. I had some friends that worked at, like, the grocery store, Trader Joe's, and working at the grocery store had absolutely nothing to do with what they wanted to do with the rest of their life, but they were doing it, like, working there to get money to survive, and then part-time they were like working towards their dreams. And the great thing about that job is that they met a lot of people their age, and like it was like a fun environment, and they had like coworkers, and so it brought good energy in their life. So if you're going to work at a job, try to work at something that's related to what you want to do. If you want to make art, sell art online or something, get a job at the art shop so that you can get a discount. Or try to get a job that you get paid as much as possible to work as like less hours. Like sometimes bank jobs, you work 4 days a week or something like that, and you can make as much as a full-time job. Instead of getting paid like $9 an hour, you get paid like 18 or 15 or 14 or 30, So that's how you can work smart. So support yourself right now. And I'm seeing messages for you. You need to get your foundation set. And really think about, like, if you're going to take a path with a career or a purpose, ask yourself, is this going to make me bored? Go towards what is fun. Wherever your energy and your fun and your passion is, that's where your money's going to be. That's where your blessings are going to be. Your desires are your compass that point you in the direction of your life mission and soul purpose. So for me, I had a desire to travel. So I worked my ass off and I made that happen. And now I see how that fits into my purpose. Same thing with tarot. I was like, I love this. Like, how can I do this more? And I just got on the internet and all of a sudden I have clients and I have pretty much a full-time job doing this. And I didn't even have that intention going into it. I just wanted to have fun and express myself. So you can even accidentally find your purpose just by doing things that are fun. So let's just pull you a card real quick. I need to move on to the next person because people have been waiting patiently. This is a reading, like I said, I usually spend a long time on. But yeah, you seem to be a performance artist, someone who's really good at using their voice and their body, someone who's really good at expressing their emotions and feelings, maybe singing or music or dance or acting or theater. Or doing, we see YouTube on here, tarot, healing, speech, makeup artist, hairstylist, acting, speaking, sound healing, working behind the scenes, like doing production. All of that could be something that is good for you and can point you on the right purpose. Your purpose, though, ultimately is to be you. You're already fulfilling your purpose. Your purpose is to be here now, is to be you in the way that no one else can. Just by being you, you're affecting people, you are making changes, you're impacting the world. It's like the butterfly effect, So don't worry, you're on your own timeline. That's something you need to know. I had no idea what my purpose was until I think I was like 28, which was literally like 2 years ago. And I'm still kind of figuring it out. There were certain events that happened in my life that caused me to go through this transformation process and to go through this healing path, which eventually led me to realizing that my purpose is to heal and to communicate. So there might be certain circumstances that haven't happened yet in your life for you to like have that aha moment or that light bulb moment. Final advice for you, carry around a notebook. If you get a random idea on something you'd like to do or an aha moment, write it down and explore it. It's okay to have 5 different jobs in this decade. It's okay to travel and to try different things or to just have fun and like not worry about it. Enjoy your youth, okay? Flat Earth Awakening. I love you, Flat Earthers. I'm just gonna say it. Anytime I travel to know what plane tickets are gonna be the most affordable, I always look at the Flat Earth map because that's where it's at. Okay, so this is John. What is the best avenue or practice for me to connect or bond to my ancestors, guides, and spirits to strengthen the legacy? Yes, I love this question. This is epic. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say, I have experience with this. The first thing I'm going to say is that there's ways you can connect with your ancestors without cultural appropriation. That's a whole other discussion. But for me, I'm a direct descendant of Pocahontas. She's actually I think she's my 9th great-grandmother. So a way I like to connect with her is reading books about her and like listening to her story and drawing parallels from my own life and like learning from like the choices she made and what she was like and stuff like that, and meditating where I can connect with her. But I wouldn't go around trying to adopt traditions from that culture to a point to where I'm appropriating. So I think what's important sometimes is to be respectful of cultures, but to also realize there's a part of you that does have a claim to it. So the first thing I would do is try an ancestor meditation. You can put on, I think the best kind of music for this would be like waterfall sounds or the sound of a crackling fire, and put on headphones and take some deep breaths and imagine yourself like walking down a path, and to get yourself into meditation and into this brainwave state. I think it's called the beta state or theta state. You want to imagine the sights and the smells. So if you're around pine trees, smell the pine needles. Hear the sound of the earth, underneath your feet, crunching on the gravel. Hear the sounds of the birds, see the vibrant colors of the plants, feel the wind brushing through your hair, and just take a couple minutes to go down this path. And then imagine yourself at a clearing. Maybe there's a fire pit or something and all of your ancestors are gathered around it. Or maybe there's a sacred healing pool and all of your ancestors are taking a dip in it and you want to go join them. I always like to include some kind of element. I don't know why, but it kind of helps you connect to the earth as well. And it kind of makes the experience more real. So in your imagination, you're just gonna go chill with your ancestors and just feel their love, feel their warmth, feel their energy, and just ask them if they have any messages for you. And you might receive these messages like telepathically through just like feelings or hearing words or seeing visions, or you might just like literally hear them giving you the message. Be open to what they have to say or the energy that they have to give you. Sometimes like they'll just literally draw something in the sand and it's a symbol and you're like, what the F? And afterwards you go look it up online and you do some research and you're like, holy crap, like that energy symbol meant like power and fertility and abundance and growth. That's so cool. Like, okay, so that's an example of like one way to connect with your spirit guides, which is meditation. I have if you type in on YouTube, Rainbow Harmony Meditation, I've only done 2 meditations so far. One of the ones that comes up is called Advice from Your Spirit Guide. That meditation, I think, will be perfect for this. It's only 18 minutes long. It completely clears your chakras and your energy and like helps you chill out, and then it takes you into a scene where you get to connect with your spirit guide. And I think the pace is great. I think it's a really great meditation. I do this meditation all the time. It's my favorite one. You can set the intention before you go down into the meditation that you want to connect with your ancestors and spirit guides. Even if you haven't really meditated before or you don't even know what the heck you're doing, this meditation is so great because it does everything for you. There's no right or wrong way to do the meditation. All you have to do is just take deep breaths and be present. If you fall asleep during this meditation, just keep trying. It's probably because you just need some healing and some rest. A lot of people have told me they keep falling asleep during this meditation. So maybe that's because I'm just chill like that or something, but just keep trying. So number 1, meditation. Number 2, doing research on your family history, okay? I don't know how I feel about those spit tests. There's a lot of people saying like, oh, if you do 23andMe, then like they're gonna take your DNA and like do something crazy with it, or they're selling the information to corporations. So if you're one of those people that believes that, maybe don't do that. Maybe ask your family, or maybe there's some research you can do at the library, or I don't know. If you wanna do a DNA kit, that could actually help, but that's up to you. I might try it sometime personally because I'm interested, but I don't know. But testing that can help. You can figure out exactly where your ancestors were from, or like your distant relatives were from. And you might be able to actually go travel to that place and visit that place. I've visited places that I know that I have certain ancestors that lived there, or like spiritual roots in that place. And it's been so powerful for me. So if you find out that you have like Italian heritage or from kind of way back, like go visit Italy and just soak up that energy, What a great excuse to travel, right? Something else is like learning about some of the traditions from your ancestors. Like my partner has Norse ancestry and he's learned how to do readings with runes. And it's kind of like a Norse tradition, but like other people do it. So he's learned how to do that and it's like connected him with his ancestors. There's so many ways to connect with your spirit guides. You can just pray to them every day. Like I have a prayer that I say all the time, and it's just like, Dear God, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, higher self, Holy Spirit, and higher self, please clear, shield, and protect me from all lower, negative, and unwanted energies and entities, and anything that isn't of positive energy. And please help ground me to the earth so that I can be here in this present moment to appreciate all that is on offer for me right now. Thank you, amen, and so it is. So for me, that prayer kind of tackles all my bases. I'm just praying to whoever's out there who's listening, who's helping me, you know, and I'm also setting an intention and like praying to my higher self. So I like that. I think what's important is making it personal for you. There's different ways. Like maybe you'll find out that your ancestors drank a certain type of drink. Like maybe your ancestors are Hawaiian and like, you know, you can learn about kava and like drink kava and like have a ritual or a prayer that you kind of make up to connect with them. So, oh my gosh, look at this. This is reunion. This is a card talking about reconnecting with your ancestral and your spirit guides and your spiritual roots. That's crazy. You can go down into meditation and ask to meet a spirit guide. I have this random spirit guide. This is so random. That like sometimes will she'll just brush my hair and like help me feel good about myself and just like calm me down like a mother figure. And I found out what her name is, and sometimes I say a prayer to her, I think about her. And whether or not this is like a real spirit guide or figment of my imagination or my brain trying to help me chill or like whatever you want to believe, honestly, it's still a kind thought, and it's still nice to think that there's other forces out there that can connect with you and that can help you. So if you open your mind to this kind of stuff, there's no limits. There's so many different things you can experience. This is kind of a new path for you, a new connection for you. It's like you sense that you have this type of support around you and you just want to explore it. So have fun with it. I think it's important to realize that you do have spiritual support. Some people don't believe in spirit guides, or they try to connect with them and like nothing happens. And that's okay. Everyone has their own way of viewing this world and of connecting with different energies and of experiencing life. And so maybe for you, you try the meditation and it doesn't work, but you love traveling places that you know you have ancestral roots, or something like that. So yeah, I think travel is definitely going to be part of it for you. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for asking this question, and we're going to move on to the next person. So how many people do we have left? Okay, we got 4 people left. Woo, you guys. Thank you to the 4 people that have been waiting 2 hours to receive your reading. This is for V. Okay, so what's up, V? You want to find out about your job search and career for the next 6 months. All right, cool question. Let's pull a card for every month, okay? Let's start with this month, July, okay? July, August, September, October, November. Let me draw some clarifiers real quick. Okay, so I have a feeling that the job is going to come around September, October. So around September or October, I see the job coming. I'll just say that. Um, so, July. The thing you need to know about this month is that it's Mercury retrograde. So, signing contracts during Mercury retrograde can be difficult. The job search could be difficult. A lot of people are just going through stuff right now because it's just like Mercury retrograde. If you don't know what it is, research it. So there's going to be delays. Mercury tends to slow down anything that has to do with communication. It can slow down job searches and job hunts. However, Mercury retrograde is a good time to like recommit to your goal or to reapply for jobs or to revise your resume. Anything with the re in front of it is good to do during Mercury retrograde. So, this is you, this is like the hesitation card. It might be a message like, look, pull back, revise, like keep things simple right now. Maybe spend more time around your family or friends and recharge yourself and just give yourself a vacation, enjoy. Doesn't mean you're giving up. Give yourself a rest because you're going to be working really hard the next couple of months. This month looks great. Like July looks like have fun, celebrate, chill, vacation, spend time with family, friends, do group activities. It could be a social month, but in the meantime, redo your resume. I told this to someone earlier, but take advantage of the amazing online resources with YouTube. Like, even if you know how to have a good resume and you're experienced with this, there's always more you can learn. So there's people who have channels dedicated to like landing the job and they have advice for how to do resume or how to change things up or the one thing that's going to get you noticed or interview tips. Just watch all of that stuff. Even if you're like, I've done this before, I know what it takes, like, just do it. Just watch some stuff. Maybe go through one day and like save a bunch of videos like that to a folder and every day give yourself a little goal. Like, I'm going to watch one video and I'm going to like tweak some of my resume, or I'm going to reapply to like one job a day or 3 jobs a week or whatever your goal is. Okay. This is just saying keep it simple. Keep it simple. If you don't get a lot done this month, don't worry about it. It's kind of just funky energy. Things will start moving forward again in August. This is you going back out there, getting those jobs, working hard. This is the moon. This is you manifesting. This is talking about just feeling a little unbalanced in August because you're kind of feeling like, is this ever going to happen? There might be that kind of energy where you're like, I'm just ready for this. What the heck? Am I screwed? Am I stuck? Like those doubts, those fears are going to come up. And that could be because of the aftermath of Mercury retrograde. You're really feeling it. You might go through some crap this month. I think everyone is going to. If you go through something, realize you're not alone. Everyone on the planet, no one is immune to these energies. I'm probably, who knows? I think I'm already going through stuff because of Mercury retrograde. It's only like day 2 or something. So, you're going to need time to emotionally, mentally kind of bounce back from that, but you'll have the grace to do it. Gracefully, you'll move forward. And in September, it looks like something's coming through. See, all these cards are reversed because it's talking about delays, but this is the rebirth card, rejoicing, a new job, new energy. Here's the celebration card and the joy card. These cards have very similar energy. Something came through, an opportunity, a toast, a celebration, happiness, you, your family celebrating, feeling like more in the flow and connected to your purpose. It's like the job that you land ends up really being synchronistic. So you got to realize if you have a specific job you're supposed to land that has a lot to do with your purpose and it's like a synchronicity type of thing, then there's a reason you're not going to get it this month. There's a reason you're not going to get it this month. And there's a reason you haven't gotten that yet. There might be someone that like needs to be cleared out of that position. And the universe is trying to work things around to be in divine timing for that person and for you. So there's like a little bit of compromise here, I also see just feeling very excited. around September. And October, we see fulfillment. So if you don't have the job by September, just know maybe you get a call back, or maybe that's the end of the month or something. You have the opportunity, the you know, the interview. And then October, it's like you're not at home very much because you're working a lot. You're out of the house, and then it's like you're fulfilled. This is the healing card reversed. I feel like that's like it's like the end of a journey, of a healing journey in a positive way. It's like renewal, good health, good vitality, filling in the flow, like the end of like a learning cycle or a lesson or something like that. So, yeah, and then in November, we see no struggle. It's like you're not struggling, that money's coming in, like things are going great. We see you like in the flow. We see your respect for yourself growing and just feeling confident because you've got something you're doing and your place you're going to, and you got a great job and you're feeling respected by the people there. And we see you're proud because you were loyal to yourself and you didn't give up. And now you might even have a new goal. That's what happens is once you reach the top of the mountain, you look out and you see all you've accomplished and you celebrate and it's great, but then you see the peak of another mountain that needs to be climbed. So then you're free to move on to conquer a goal in some other area of your life. So yeah, I see this working out for you. This is kind of what I'm seeing for you for the next 6 months. I hope that this resonates with you. Let me know how it goes. I would love to congratulate you when you land your job, okay? I'll see you later. Peace out. So we've got 3 people?
Yeah.
Wow, blessings to you guys who are the last 3 who waited so patiently. Hopefully it's worth it. I feel like you can't beat a reading for like $12. That's a great price. I hope that I can bring you guys something valuable today. So this is Ashley. I want to know if working things out with my ex is going to pay off. My ex cheated on me. Oh yeah, I've come to you before with this. You decided at one point to never talk to him again, but then you changed your mind. You know you love each other. I want to believe that he'd be better, but I'm not sure how much I could trust this. You know, there's people out there that happens to. Somebody cheats, and then this whole thing goes by, and then they get back together, and it was this learning process, and you learn forgiveness, and you learn to trust each other, and then you get married, or you have a great relationship, and, you build the trust back, and it's great. That does happen for some people, okay? But that can be the exception to the rule. You hear that? If you ever heard that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater, That's true for a lot of people, So I'm going to go into this open-minded, and let's see what the cards have to say. He does seem, besides what he did to you, I see why you're into him because his energy is very kind, very charismatic, and he was a great guy and he was a good boyfriend. Sometimes, though, it can make you want someone more when they cheat on you. Like sometimes being rejected makes you want to fight for someone's attention and approval. And so that can be happening subconsciously in this situation. There's a part of you that could be like wanting to conquer this. Obviously you have genuine real emotions for him, and you had a relationship, so you're gonna have feelings, but there could be something like another layer to it where you want to prove yourself, or you want to like help him, or you want to heal him, or sometimes us amazing, strong, kind women can be attracted to broken men because we want to heal them, we want to fix them, we know we have a lot to offer, So that's just something to think about. It's real talk. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I see another person coming in for you. I vaguely remember doing your reading, and I feel like I told you that last time too. So what I'm seeing in the cards is, look, there's someone else coming in your life, and I actually see you might get married kind of young, like not super young. I got married when I was 24. That's kind of young, I think. So for you, if you're in your 20s, I think I see you kind of getting married in your 20s. Like, so the next person you meet is very possible could be the one or someone very significant, because the wedding card doesn't always literally mean wedding. It can be a long-term relationship, but seeing engagement and wedding together is making me think like, dang, like there's someone coming in, and this says calling in your soulmate. Someone's being called in, and I feel like it's someone different. So on the other side of this situation with this guy is a soulmate. And this is like a test. It's like you got to let this guy go in order to welcome in new love, okay? But look, the way that you're feeling is normal. Like you are and were in love with this guy. And despite what he did to you, you're still going to feel that way. Someone that you love can fuck you over, but just because they did that doesn't mean you're not going to love them. Like love is real. Like love isn't going to go anywhere. So, and this is also one of your first real like deep relationships where you guys had a strong connection, okay? So this is saying let go of control here, let the situation unfold naturally, and just realize the red flags here with this guy. You know, like when people are like, oh, it was an accident, I cheated on you. Like, even if they're like, I was really drunk, like still, it's kind of like, really? Because you know you wouldn't do that, even if you were wasted, you know? So this is separation, you know? This is someone that is leaving your life. If you try to reconnect or like work this out with them, the thing is you guys have a soul connection and you're both very attracted to each other. So you're always going to feel a connection with this guy. You're always going to think about him. He's part of your life. He's part of your history. But I think this person's helping you heal, okay? Like what he did to you caused you to feel abandoned and to feel rejected, okay? Now, think back to your childhood. This is some real talk here. Think back to your childhood. Was one or both of your parents less than loving, absent, you never met them, or neglectful, or just kind of busy and wasn't able to be there for you emotionally, or dare say even abusive, or kind of toxic, or codependent, or like, because not everyone's family is perfect. So in your childhood, you might have had a little bit of this going on. So here this guy comes walking in your life, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and you went through this stuff in your past, but in order to survive, you know, you had to like kind of bury that down and just like do your best and, you know, live your life. Now here comes this guy and he cheats on you. So it's like it instantly triggers all those old things that happened in the past. Anytime someone's abandoned you, rejected you, done you wrong, you know, was anyone who was supposed to be there for you or, you know, be on your side, who effed you over. It's like trigger. I call it like a trigger. So it triggers that and it brings that energy up. So then you have to confront that energy. You have to basically heal it. So how do we heal? Through crying, through getting angry, through expressing our emotions, through figuring out what our boundaries are and like how the ways we want to allow ourselves to be treated and the ways that like we don't. By making good choices for ourselves, by just allowing ourselves to like remember things or writing things or getting therapy. Healing is a personal process. You know, it's personal. But basically what happened with this guy was a big opportunity for healing for you. And it's clearing a lot of energy, especially clearing energy from your root chakra. I know this is like real talk, okay? But your root chakra is the energy center that is connected to your purpose, feeling safe and secure in this life, feeling at home, being able to attract money and opportunities and finances. So basically this person came in your life and like kind of screwed you over, but because of it and because of the choices you're making and how you're going to heal through this, it's going to kind of level the playing field and like clear some energy out for you to be able to move forward to what you really do want. So I see this guy, this soulmate, as a catalyst for your future success, not because of what they did to you, because not like you need that to happen in order to like be a good person and heal and move forward, but I think because of the good choices you'll make. I see you moving forward. I see you figuring this out with your ex. And even if that means you just got to go for it and get back with them and just figure it out, or if you've got to talk to them, or if you've got to cut them out, whatever it means, whatever choice you make, you're going to learn from it and you're going to grow from it. But I'm just calling it that I do see someone in your life in the future. I don't know if you and this ex are going to like end up together forever. So my best advice for you is to be in the moment. Follow your heart. Pay attention to the red flags. There's cards talking about separation, that you guys had the separation for a reason. It's normal to have doubts, but do what you want. Obviously, as someone who cares for you, for women, for been through this, I just say dump his ass and like go find someone better. Like, you're totally worth it. But at the same time, you got to do what's best for you. So if that means getting back with the guy, like, go for it. Trust your heart. And I won't judge you for it. If anyone in your life judges you for it, screw them. You got to figure things out on your own. But, you know, I will tell you from my experience, it's going to be hard to get that trust back. It's going to be hard to, get the tenderness in the relationship back. It will never be what it was, you know? So this guy is all you know, recently. I think what you really want is you want love. You want a soulmate. You want to be adored. You want to adore someone. You want to be cared for. You want to care for someone. And when you think about those feelings, your mind goes to this guy. But you need to know that you could have that with another person, and they would probably treat you better. So real talk today, girl. But do what you gotta do. You know, if you do end up getting with this guy, every time I pull cards, like, what if you did it anyways? I keep getting like, free yourself, separation, red flags, like, so I gotta tell it like I see it. But whatever path you choose, the universe will bless it, you know? You'll still learn from it. You'll still grow from it. This is your life. You have free will. Make your choices and, like, you know, experience what you need to experience. I see a little bit of the future here, and I think someone new is coming in. So be open to that. Be open to all possibilities, but do what you got to do right now, okay? I'm sending you so much love and light. I hope that this reading resonated with you, and I'll see you later. Aww. Okay, so Felicia, oh my God, this question like makes me so warm and fuzzy inside. You want to know when you and your partner will conceive a child. I just got a big download. I don't know if this has been like a really emotional journey for you, but I just got hit with this wave of emotion and like I literally almost cried. So I'm clairsentient. Where's that card? Which means that I receive messages through my feelings and my emotions and my physical sensations, and I can feel other people's emotions. So I might have just tapped into that. So yeah, I feel like this has been a journey for you guys. You're working on this. You really do want to conceive a child. So I'll pull you a timeline and some other cards. So what I want you to know is that timelines from the tarot, and not a lot of other readers will tell you this, by the way, but I always try to be honest before I pull a timeline, is that timelines can shift, okay? You have free will, your partner has free will, and also there's like the divine timing of the universe involved here. So there's a lot of different factors. I'm going to be pulling cards based off of the present energy right now, if that makes sense, and get you a time window based off of the energy right now, okay? And I'm praying that it will be accurate. Okay, so I'm getting this message within 2 years, okay? And I feel like that might not be the time frame that you wanted. You might have wanted this sooner. Within 2 years, though, I'm like tapping deeper into this energy, and I feel like it's the baby's born within 2 years. but it could be you get pregnant sooner. I got 2 months that are coming up for me. One is February and one is May. Okay? So it could be that you get pregnant in February and you make the announcement in May. Or that you're trying really hard for a baby around February and you finally find out you're pregnant in May. It could even be like, this is also October, a pregnancy around February time, and you're giving birth, 9 months later, which is like November or something like that. This is the month of October. So that's kind of a message that I'm getting for you. So if you literally get pregnant in February or May, like email me and tell me. I've predicted stuff like that for people, and it always makes me just be like, yes, this is why I do this job. But honestly, the longest time frame I'll give you is within 2 years. Okay? October. Yeah, it might be an October baby. Keep getting the 10. Having a baby in October. And then this is like the Joker card, so it's like it's like a new journey, new life. This is the Fool in the traditional tarot. So it's new journey, new life. And we also see it's cute because there's like a little kid on it. It's kind of funny. So what else are we pulling here? Whoa, I got another one. I accidentally brushed my hand against the deck. And another one came out talking about a baby. Look at this, it's a baby! Sorry. And 3 of Wands. If I sound a little scattered, it's because I'm getting a lot of downloads right now. So just give me a second and I'll tie this all together. Opportunity. 3 of Wands is all about opportunity. And look at this. Babies! How weird is it that like I'm drawing all these baby cards for you? I don't really have a lot of, honestly, like many cards that have like little babies and stuff on them. So isn't this weird? So this is saying, the thing about the 3 of Wands is saying, yes, there's an opportunity, victory, this is gonna happen. I always see like this is like a V for victory. But the message with this card is saying it might not come in the timeline you expect. So just be willing to be open to a different timeline, you'll get your wish, okay? And another message is saying you'll meet your soulmate. Your baby definitely is a soulmate. Like, soulmates aren't always romantic, by the way. It could be your child, it could be friend, it could be, coworker, So yeah, like a beautiful soulmate, a member of your soul family coming in. And what's weird too? This message here is like child, playmate, happy enterprise. Wow. Successful conclusion. You reap what you sow. Like a seed literally being planted in your uterus. So I'm getting lots of positive messages about this happening, okay? Transformation, your body literally going, and your mind and your soul, your spirit, it's literally transformation to give birth. Infinite connection. Oh, I got more cards. They fell on the ground. And then we see, wow, I really feel like we're being spoken to right now. So this says trust in your intimacy. Yep, girl, get it on and trust that this is going to work. Just keep going, keep at it. Some people have trouble like with this for a while, or it just takes time. Everyone thinks like, oh, you just have, you do it once and without protection and it's gonna happen. And then sometimes you really gotta try. That's why people say we're trying for a baby, because our bodies as women are very sensitive, and there's all these different factors and environmental stuff, and especially with all the crap that they're putting in our food these days and environmental stuff, it is having an effect on our bodies of women. So just hang in there, keep going, do all the things you gotta do, and trust in this process. Trust in your intimacy. This reading is like literally making me laugh. It's the cutest. Yeah, so basically overall, the month of February is significant, the month of May is significant, the month of October is significant. It could be like February is when you get pregnant, May is when you make the announcement or baby shower or whatever, and then around October, November, you're having the baby. Yeah. Yeah, around November. Interesting. Well, I hope that this resonates with you, and keep in touch and let me know how it goes, and I'm wishing you well. So, do we have one more person? The last, is this Hillary? Oh my gosh, Hillary, you should get an award. How long have you waited, like 3 hours for this reading? Are you here? If you're here, Hillary, girl. Hillary, let me know if you're here. If you're not, I totally understand because I probably would have pieced out by now. But I really appreciate your support. So, what positive change or message does the universe have coming your way? Let's go ahead and get into this. Hang on, I'm putting my AC on. It's hot. Okay. Oh, Miss Selena says, I love you. Oh, I love you too. You guys are awesome. Okay, Hillary. I always feel such a great energy when I tap into you. I've done readings for you. I kind of remember you. Your name sticks out to me because I had a friend growing up named Hillary. So, yeah, it's a career message for sure. Yep. I think that's just where we're at in the energy right now, too, with the planets and everything. Long story. I could go on a whole like astrology rant, but this is definitely an energy. What's up, Hillary? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry it's taking me like 3 hours to get to your reading, but I'm just making sure everyone gets like a thorough message. I didn't want to like do 2-minute readings for people for $12. I was like, this needs to be worth it. So we're gonna make this worth it for you. So yeah, this is a career message because this is the career opportunity card, and then we also got branding. So I'm getting this message, like, you know how we can be kind of our own toughest critic? And inside our own head, we kind of can be critical of ourselves, and we can kind of have this perception that like, oh, I am not really ever going to be like that, or, you know, I probably won't ever do this, or even I think like that, and I think it's normal. I think it takes a lot of work and a lot of like time to be able to really empower yourself and feel confident. I think people that are like just naturally like, yeah, I'm a badass, I'm a rock star, I can do anything I want. Sometimes those people can be a little narcissistic, and it's like not normal to naturally be like that. So it's like you're on this path right now to gain confidence and to empower yourself in a healthy, natural way. But I'm getting this message that like you could be selling yourself a little bit short. You know how you hear that phrase, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss it, you'll land among the stars? I feel like shoot for the moon and like fuck the stars. Like shoot for the moon. Like there's some big dream you have, some big goal you have, something you've been visualizing a lot, and it's time to get going with it. Like don't wait for permission. Don't wait until like you know all the ins and outs of it. And just do it. And I honestly see you as being some type of spokesperson or being some type of leader or having your own career, like where you have your own business or you start some kind of organization. Like, I really think you have the charisma and like the power to do something like that. Like, I seriously feel like you could start something and make something happen. And it feels like it's community based. Feels like it's community based, like you're making a community or it's something for a good cause. And I see people donating, I see fundraisers, I see wealthy people becoming involved. I think that I just see a vague vision of this. It could be something that's spiritual. Maybe you want to help people with their love life or give love advice or tarot or something like that. But it could also be something that's a little bit more community based, not so based around spirituality. So this is talking about really getting in touch with your big dreams and your big wishes. Yes, you're going to have like random jobs to get you there, but this needs to be your goal. So if you haven't actually made that big goal and committed yourself to that big dream yet, it's time to do that. It's time to get out the vision board, to write the list and just be like, I'm not waiting for tomorrow, not waiting until I'm older, not waiting for permission, not waiting until I get the money, or, not waiting until I'm older or I have the knowledge or I take this class. Like, just starting now, with branding yourself. So, I talk a lot on my channel about using social media, about posting and speaking your truth, about connecting with people, building relationships, even if it's online, based around some kind of niche or something you're passionate about. Once you get those people behind you, you can do anything for your job with it. You can have workshops, you can train people stuff, you can, sell online classes, or you can tutor people online, or you can coach people online, or you can sell workshops, or you can sell books, or sell ebooks, or podcasts, or sell subscriptions to something you're producing, or, sell products. Like, there's so many ways. So this is saying, maybe you will end up having some type of business, and just be open-minded that maybe you can start a company, maybe you can start a business, or maybe you'll do it with a group of people or something like that, or have a startup. So this is saying, just come up with the vision. Are you going to be able to do this like next year or in 2 years? Probably not. This is probably like this is like, yeah, here we go, 2, 5, and 10. Within 2 years, you'll see like, okay, like this is doable. I'm like, shit's starting to happen. Like, oh my God, like, okay, wow. 5 years, you're on the path. You've quit your day jobs. You're like living that life. 10 years, you built a legacy and you have a lot of success, and like you're just living it up. You've got employees, like everything's going great. So here's the path, 2, 5, and 10. And this is you, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is somebody who is very smart, somebody who has the logic to be able to pull something like this off. Because I know a lot of creative people, and I speak to a lot of creative people, but they don't have that marketing know-how. They don't have that business know-how. They don't have the discipline to like teach themselves something online, or to learn what it takes, or to reach out and to hire the people they need for help, or to figure out what that next step is. But you have that. You have what it takes. You've got the logic and you've got the visualization side. So this is saying, be aware that being a spiritual person doesn't necessarily always mean you've got to be like singing Kumbaya and doing crystals and doing tarot and Reiki and stuff like that. If you want to do that and you want to make a business out of that, you totally can. We see your psychic gifts, we see how spiritually aware you are, but you could also do something fun, and that could totally make you money and like lift other people up, and like you could have a great time. So sometimes your purpose isn't always like you have to be this stoic spiritual person. It can be something random, like I teach hula hoop dancing classes, or I teach people how to breathe fire, or like I'm just being random, but you know what I mean? So yeah, find your focus. Sometimes you can't move forward in life until you just clearly set an intention. I was running around like a chicken with the head cut off a couple years ago until I decided I want to travel. I want to get out of America. I want to see the world. And all of a sudden my life moved towards that. And I, once I got on that path, then I realized the next thing I wanted, and I worked towards that. So work with what you know, work with what you want. Sometimes your whole path can't be rebuilt at once. You just know there's this one desire you have and you want to work towards that. Sometimes that's like, I just need a new day job, or I need a new apartment, or I want to get a new car, or I want to go to this place. Those are good goals to have, but also set a big goal. I want to have a clothing line. That's what's on my mind right now. And that's what's like driving me forward. And like I have this plan and like all these things I'm doing to like get there. But that's kind of what I'm working towards. So, and it sounds crazy right now. I literally have no idea how I will do that. And I technically don't have the funds right now in the 3D for that, but it's my goal, and I'm just going to keep researching, and I'm going to keep just like, I don't know, saving for it and trying to get on that path. So it's okay to have a big goal, even if it's like, well, maybe 10 years from now I'll be on that path, but to like work for it every day and to just keep going. If I didn't 4 years ago commit to like just saving up a little bit every month for traveling, I wouldn't be on the path I'm at now. So it does pay off. You have time, you have years, enjoy your life in the moment, because life happens, is what happens all the moments in between you trying to get on your goals. But it's not a bad idea to just set an intention. The universe is like, we're just waiting for you. We're just waiting for you to make a choice, and whatever choice you make, we'll bless it. So the ball's in your court, you know? That's how the universe works. Like, you put out energy, and what you put out, the momentum and the energy you put out, comes back to you. You take one step, and the next step comes to you. So right now, the ball's literally in your court, and the universe is like, we're just chilling, do your thing, you know? But once you set an intention, we'll send you an opportunity, or we'll send you ideas, or we'll send you synchronicity. So I challenge you sometime in the next couple weeks, because it's Mercury retrograde, and it's a good time to kind of rethink, re-strategize, replan your life. I challenge you to decide, maybe write one thing down on a piece of paper or make a Pinterest board. You need to do something tactile. If you're feeling lazy, just post a couple pictures on Pinterest, or pull up a note in your phone and write something down. Like, this is what I want in my life. And then just write it down and see what happens. I'm kind of like, honestly, this past year, I used to like make these intricate paintings and make Pinterest boards all the time for every month on the new moon for like the moon cycle manifestations. But except for Manifest with Me in March, I've only just been like randomly being like, oh shit, it's the new moon, and like late at night before I go to bed, like pulling up a note on my phone and just writing a list of things I want and the things I want to have happen in my life and goals. And that's been so powerful for me, just writing down that list. Like last month I was like, okay, there's a certain number of money I want to make, and there's a couple things I want. Wrote it down. I didn't do anything else, and like opportunities came, and like I just kind of like my spirit kind of guided me in a certain direction. I was able to meet my goal. So sometimes, yeah, manifesting, you don't have to do it perfect. Just write it down. Make that your goal. By the end of Mercury retrograde, have something you're writing down, or by the next new moon, like make yourself a little list, even if it's just a note on your phone that you only spend 2 minutes on. Like sometimes that's all it takes. Your focus, your attention is very powerful. So that's what this card is all about. But honestly, you're doing everything right. There's nothing you're doing wrong. You have protection of spirit, you have favor of the spirit, you know, you're taking steps to connect with your passions. I see that. And if you feel like you're off the path, I always tell people, if you feel like you're off the path or you feel like you're stuck, go do something to have fun. Sometimes the answer is like not being so serious about life and like having fun. Because sometimes the things that you have fun with can lead you to your true path. I was just effing around with the tarot and like YouTubing, and then all of a sudden it turned into my full-time job. So maybe you just go screw around with something, have fun, and like that can take you on the path. So, you know, be open to that, and, you know, yeah, everything's great for you. There's nothing you're doing wrong. You're on a great path, and these are all just like suggestions that can make your life even better. You know, I'm just trying to encourage you because I see a really bright path ahead of you, and I see like your uniqueness and your charisma and your logic. You're a very rare breed of a person that has balanced logic and intuition, and you can take that far, you know. You're not completely away with the fairies intuitive, but you're also not like so logical and scientific that you're not open to belief and the power of faith. So you can breed those two things together and really create something with your life, get people behind you, and manifest whatever you want. So have fun, go out there and play with the universe, have fun and see what you can create, all right? Thank you for your patience and for waiting so long to receive your reading. And I really appreciate you being here. And everyone else that's just like chilling right now and watching this, I want to thank you so much. Anyone who just kind of silently watched this whole reading and was like, cool, thank you for listening to me. And I hope you got something out of this too. And next week, sometime, it's usually on the weekend, I'll be going live for free. So, and I will do another session like this. If you want to purchase a reading from me, just go to my About section. There'll be some info about it. I have affordable readings. It's similar to this, what I did here today, but the reading would be longer, and you're able to ask more questions than just one, okay? So thank you, guys. Whew, I'm going to go chill now. I will see you later. Peace out.